Okay,
You're
do your
born
thing
something.
when you want to do your thing.
Good evening and welcome to episode 47 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. I am Greg and I'm joined this evening by...
Oh, me, Damian.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm playing with my Cryptek.
And me, Daniel.
Oh my god, honestly, professional. 100% professionalism around here all the time.
You know it.
Absolutely.
You love it.
Have you been on the interwebs recently, Dan?
I'm constantly on it. I
Have-
basically live there.
Have you seen that we are constantly on the interwebs?
What?
Yeah.
We're on Facebook.
Oh, right.
Oh, I see.
We're on YouTube.
Now we know what you're talking about. It's that
We're
accent
on
that gets
Twitter.
us sometimes.
We're on Instagram. We are everywhere. We've got a blog.
Are you on crystal meth? I just thought I'd ask.
Why?
I've been
Why?
watching. I've been
Why?
watching a lot of
Why?
Australian cop shows
Why?
at the moment.
Why?
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 Meth mouth,
Why?
meth mouth.
Why?
Look at this Drongo.
Why? Why are you talking so? Why?
Why? Carry on.
Why?
Sorry, Dan. Have you introduced yourself?
Yeah, I did it
He's
a
done
few
it.
minutes ago.
He's done it already. I'm just reminding everyone
It's
that
the
we've got
drugs.
social networky skills and stuff like that. Head on over to any one of those places and you can see what's going on. Hoping to have a new video up on the YouTube very, very soon. Things have been without power around here in New Zealand. Some of us longer than others, unfortunately, right, Damo?
Apparently, we were one of the final 6 in West Auckland to get our power back on.
Ridiculous.
It
Absolutely
took 11
ridiculous.
days, because Auckland, third world city apparently.
Apparently so.
Only the power grid and the
Transport.
and the roading and
The tax system, the
I don't
unitary
know.
plan.
and the schooling's pretty shit.
Schooling's pretty shit too, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Damian's a teacher.
Other than that, it's a great place to live. Super diverse.
Yeah.
It's great. Love it. So this is part 1 of the show. So right now we're going to crack into some but noob news.
And Greg is a noob.
Morning, Marty.
Hello.
So we're going to start this week with news out of Battlefront.
Shop Battlefront.
What's going on with Battlefront? Well,
Them Free Nations, yo.
Free Nations.
Free Nations.
Tell me, what is Free Nations about?
So Free Nations.
I haven't had internet for 11 days. So,
Oh, okay.
you know.
So Free Nations is the latest release for Team Yankee. It covers some of the minor nations in the NATO side of things. So you got your French, you got your Canadians, you've got your Australians, and you've got your Dutch.
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
Kiwis?
No, yes.
Well, you
the
can
New Zealand
actually, you can get an allied
scout platoon that
scout
goes,
platoon.
the New Zealand scout platoon that goes with the Australians.
Do they have little scorpions and zip around
Yes,
them?
they do.
Exactly what they've got.
Shots! That's all you need.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually got my juices flowing.
There you go.
Can you make an entire company of scorpions? Even
You
though
cannot.
New Zealand
No,
only owned
because-
about 15 of them.
No, because you have to. It's an Australian thing, and they
Yeah.
get all their leopards,
They do.
Leopards,
leopard ones.
The AS1.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So it was redesignated the AS1. AS1, I think it was the
Is it
AS1.
still like a
in Australia.
spammy leopard tank?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
front armor 9, 18, 19, the whole shebang
A glass cannon.
for fuck all points.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice,
So
nice.
we've started doing some reviews. So I've done an initial look at what you can expect out of the book, and now I'm going to go into each of the different nations in depth over on the blog over the next week or so. So first up
Cool.
will be the French, because everybody will start at the top of the book, which is the Canadians. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start in the middle with the French.
You're going to start them.
Oh, you're gonna trick 'em.
I'm going to trick them.
They're all gonna be like, "Say it's for Canadians," and
Nuh-uh.
you're like, "Nope, it's
F is-
F for France."
F is for first, and F is for French.
And what
Fucker.
is after the France?
I'm not
Aren't
sure.
they basically the same
Undecided.
thing anyway?
Nah.
Why not?
No,
French
so
Canadians?
so the Canadians used predominantly West German and American kit, whereas the French developed their own.
The French use the AMX 30s
The
and
AMX,
stuff.
and then they had the AMX
You know, that-
10.
That
Awesome
that
gun,
real-
awesome gun with a really rubbish turret.
rubbish turret.
'Cause it's basically
and a really
just a-
rubbish tank. They
Yeah.
got the awesome gun and shoved it on anything they could.
Yeah, the 105 F1 or
Christ,
F2.
they were
whichever
still
it was.
using panhards through then. Weren't
They were not.
Yes, they were.
Well, not in this book. They're
Not
not.
in this book.
They were
Jeez.
bloody still using. They'd exported most of them, but they were still using them.
Oh, there you go. So along with that, there's going to be a whole heap of plastic releases coming out soon. I think the official street date for that is the 26th of May. So we've got about a month before the book is actually hitting stores. But there's a whole heap of plastic releases that are coming out. Obviously, you've got your French stuff that's coming out because we haven't seen that before. The leopard one's already out, but I think that's coming out in plastic, or it's already out in plastic, one or t'other. And then a whole heap of other stuff as well. So should be pretty cool. carrying on with Team Yankee, Forces is now available for Team Yankee.
Only for Americans and Russians at the moment, right?
Only for Americans and Russians at the moment. Yeah, that's right. So they're bringing out the West Germans and the East Germans and the British as they come along. So
Is
that
for
should be
the computer program?
yeah.
builder?
So for your
Dog break.
total dog break, Firestorm Stripes has finished as well. So that was a global campaign that had been run. It looked as though it ended up pretty even. The red side of the Warsaw Pact had pretty much all of West Germany getting across to Hanover, but there was I think they got right through Fulda Gap as well. So there was some.
Why didn't they get blowed up in the Gap? That's where they're supposed to get blowed up.
Don't know. Obviously, the Warsaw Pact generals were
They snuck
better.
through with
Pretty
lots
smart.
of Spitznats.
what Spitznats.
Spitznats. They snuck through with lots of Spitznats.
Nick Minute.
Nick
Oh
Minute
my
Spitznats.
God.
Spitznats.
Talking like retards.
New out of a Games Workshop, Chaos releases for Blood Bowl are
Yep.
coming soon. Hells yes.
I left my T70 outside the dairy.
Nick Minute. I've got a T55.
No, the rest of the world has no idea what you're talking about.
No,
when you
no,
say
we've been
that.
through this before.
Look up Nick Minute on
Nick
YouTube.
Minute.
Don't
Yeah,
look
guys
up
do.
Nick.
Seriously.
Don't
So
be
Chaos releases for Blood Bowl are coming soon. So it's the new Chaos box set.
Yawn.
I know. I've got my 1995 original medals. I'm all good. But what I am excited about is the new Chaos dice, the new Chaos pitch, and the new Spike magazine that's coming out. So it looks as though...
Man, they got you roped in better than a hairy lasso,
I
haven't
tell
they?
you what.
It's like, well,
I just want it. I just want it all. So it looks as though what they're doing is they're getting rid of like these Death Zone releases that have traditionally had, and they're sort of going to a codex style system for Blood Bowl. So Spike magazine will come out one for each team. Interesting to see how that will work out. So I'm waiting to see prices.
So they're going to try it quarterly. Because really, the last way they've been doing the releases, it was pretty shit.
For Blood Bowl?
For Blood Bowl.
Yeah,
It was pretty shit.
Yeah, so the team's being released and then all the rest of it. So I think this is a good way to do it. So they've sort of focused on one faction at a time.
Yeah, okay.
Do all those releases. I won't be buying the new team. I've got my team, but I will get all that other stuff. So I'm waiting
Don't you
to
want the
see.
new Chaos Warriors with butt cheeks?
No,
Why not?
because I've got the original Chaos Warriors without butt cheeks.
But then you could get butt cheeks.
I don't want butt cheeks.
Okay.
I want my 1995 metal, and they're awesome. So there. The Ideneth Deepkin coming
Underwater elves.
out. Underwater elves!
Which
riding seahorses!
Now,
Hey,
I-
honestly, if you want to see a better range, go check out the Mantic underwater stuff.
Now,
It
I
looks
thought
You
cool.
can't say that.
I thought
Why
these
not?
were
We're sponsored by
weird.
Games Workshop.
We're
Yeah, sure
not-
we
I
are.
don't give a shit.
Hey, Games Workshop can suck my hearing nuts.
The only thing they give us is high prices and
That's
like,
That's not true.
They
We
can
get
just go.
low,
They
low
can just get
prices.
themselves.
Yeah,
But
low,
yeah,
low
honestly,
prices.
I mean, like okay, so the deep water elves look okay.
question,
but if you want to see a better range,
question,
go to
question,
Mantic.
question.
Hello.
As
Squidward's-
much as Damian loves to rant and rave.
I don't fucking rant.
How
Only about
are
Games
these
Workshop.
fish people fighting these people on land
They're
with
fish
water-based stuff if there's no water where they're fighting?
Oh,
Like,
come
Because
on.
it's
Have you
magic.
not seen SpongeBob SquarePants when they go up there? He wears a little helmet with water in it.
Yeah,
just,
None
they're
of
not
these-
just
working.
like
none of
Sandy
these
Cheeks is
guys-
underneath there by the pineapple.
None of
And
these
she's got a
people
thing.
look. They're fighting corn knights.
Yes.
Now all they've done is got someone with one of their in the pictures. Has got someone with their vape bloody thing to like blow smoke everywhere and be like, "Oh look, it's water."
Who would have one of
it's like-
those? Have you seen these people that vape? Have you seen them?
They look like tools.
I mean, Jesus.
They've got a boat here. Like
Yeah,
it looks like aquarium terrain.
It is.
It is aquarium terrain. You just go and get a turtle.
I mean,
You go, I want a turtle.
there's a dude with an octopus like handing him shit. It's like, wow, way to be lazy, bro. But
But 8 arms, man. 8 arms to hold
it's
you.
just holding stuff for him. Like
So
a
you,
pen and
so
a
you're not going to
sword.
be playing sea elves then?
Why would I play sea elves? I don't like regular elves. Why do I like aquatic elves?
Thank
Well,
you,
I'm just
thank you.
reporting the news, mate.
I'm just
I'm just
Oh, yeah,
reporting
yeah,
news.
okay, so go to Games
Alright there,
Workshop,
Fox
look at
News,
the underwater
come on.
elves, and then go to Mantic and say, hey, look, the range is better.
Deepkin.
Whatever, they're fucking
That's what they're
underwater
called.
elves.
Right.
Underwater elves.
And Drew Carey
Aquatic
releases are continuing, although I think it's just the codex. I saw a Start Collecting box in there, but I think it's the old Start Collecting box.
Probably.
So I'm not 100%.
Why would they still have the old one, though? Even the Necron's got a new start collecting.
There's a new Necron massive battle force in there for like $760.
Oh, shit, I better go out and get 4.
Yeah, 4. Baller, mate, you're getting paid too much.
Yeah.
School teachers.
Yeah, sure.
Teacher
Am I
money.
I'm getting
Am I
paid so
right?
much.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and buy a quarter of one, and even then I wouldn't be able to afford it.
You probably wouldn't be able
Nah.
to. No. So next on the list, I have got a Warlord game. So Warlord.
Hang on, cool
No.
your Jets hot shot because I love the Black Library. Now
Racist.
the Magos, yeah,
Bleak Library.
the Black Library, the Magos, which is an Eisenhorn novel.
Ugh.
What? Don't you like the
You
Eisenhorn
know
novels?
I don't like the Eisenhorn shit. I
man.
find it really tedious.
I'm still
and
only halfway
repetitive.
through Betrayer, so
Oh my god, that's not even close.
Really, I want that book back. I want to read it again. Hurry up.
Yeah, but it's not available on as a book. It's only as an ebook or an MP3.
Can you get it as an audio book?
That's
That's
what
what
MP3
that's what
is.
MP3 stands for. You're such an
old
old person.
man.
You mean audio book?
I suppose, he sniffed.
I suppose.
Like mine. The officer did not reply. In the tent.
There's some sweet extracts from it on their webpage.
The
So-
officer did not reply. Brothers,
Try and copy it.
Battle Brothers.
battle brothers.
Space Marines.
So I'm trying to be
Boxes.
serious here and
The
give
fools.
news like about new books because everyone loves books.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Rogue Trader omnibus.
There's a
out.
new. Did I see? There's a new Corax book that's about to come out as well.
There's a Cal Jericho book. Oh, I saw there is a new Cypher's Kane book coming. Oh, but that gets your jollies up, Damian.
They're reasonably interesting. They're quite cool.
All right.
There you go.
What else? There doesn't seem to be anything flash. Cal Jericho's always funny.
Some of it's funny. I like
What's
how
Cal
I like how
Jericho?
he keeps sleeping.
Cal
with the Inquisitor.
Jericho.
What's Cal Jericho?
He's the bounty hunter who lives in Necromunda.
Necromunda.
Yeah, okay.
With scabs. He's got his little mate scabs and all the rest
No
of it.
juves.
No,
Scabs
no,
and
scabs.
juves.
He's
Yeah.
scabs. He looks like a scab.
Yeah.
There's also
He's
a
covered
book
in
called
scabs.
Imperator Wrath of the Omnissiah, but that's available in all three formats. There's one called Deus Ex Machina, so it's ebook only.
The
It
The
sounds
best
like I
thing,
need
the
to get
best
an
thing,
ebook.
Dan, about Cyphus Kane is that he keeps sleeping with that Inquisitor chick who keeps roping him into all these adventures.
Doesn't she die?
Nah, I don't
No.
know. Don't think so.
No,
What are you
no.
talking
Cypher's Kane books are semi. Are they like the Blackadder of the 40k universe?
He is the Blackadder of
Really?
the 40k universe.
Like the
What?
bull.
Read them.
He has a Baldric guy. What's his name?
Scab.
No,
No.
that's... Oh, God, you suck. Just
Oh.
shut up. Go back to Tasmania.
Are you talking about Greg?
Yeah.
You're looking at me when you tell me to go to Tasmania. I've never been to Australia. Don't turn his mic off. No, Cypher's Kane is a commissar in the Imperial Guard.
Yes.
Who keeps
Not the Astra Militarum.
whatever it's called. Anyway, he has a what do you call him? An adjutant. What is his name?
Adjunct.
Adjutant. Anyway,
Wow.
he does his work for him, and no
Oh,
matter
he
He's,
has
what,
a bitch.
he's a psychic blank.
he's a psychic blank. He's a null.
He
And-
just walks.
okay.
He walks through all the Tyranids, and
He
they
keeps-
just all ignored him, and he
yeah.
just keeps vaping them with his melter gun.
and he has a melter gun.
And he stinks, and
He
there's like a
smells.
big cloud of flies around him all the
So
time.
he's
He
a
really smells.
nurgling?
No, he
No,
doesn't have flies. He just smells
has
terrible.
no hygiene,
Yeah. Even when he does shower, he's still not clean.
and he
So
just
he's a
turns out.
nurgling?
No, he's not. He's just smelly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a psychic null. And he
Jurgen.
stops saying, Jurgen, that's it.
Jurgen?
Yeah.
Because he's part of the Valhallans.
Yeah.
The
Is he?
Valhallan artillery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regiment.
And he's smelly.
And he's smelly.
Man, I got a heap of books to read,
and
eh?
Cypher's Kane is just trying to get, out of trouble and out of danger and not
He's
have to fight.
basically baldricking his way out. He's like Blackadder goes fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly
Okay.
the same. It's that, but as a commissar. And he doesn't have to, he doesn't shoot anyone.
And
I
there's a
don't
hot
think.
Inquisitor chick that keeps turning up and sleeping with him and making
Yeah.
him do stuff. Missions and stuff, and he doesn't want to do it, but he ends up doing it for her.
Well,
'Cause she
but
sleeps
if
with
but if he didn't, he'd get fucking exterminatus, wouldn't he?
No, she actually quite likes him and likes sleeping with him.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Who
I
doesn't?
think is that Imperator one, the Wrath of the Omnissa?
Yes.
That's probably about a really big fuck off Titan, I'd say.
It says, Holy Warbringer of the Legio Metallica, the Imperator Titan Cassius
Metallica!
Belli has routed the armies and leveled cities over 10,000 years of service in the name of the Machine God. As war engulfs the Dark Imperium, this mechanical god of battle arrives to destroy the renegade armies and tech priests of Nicodemia or
It's almost like you got a face for radio.
Nicomedia. At the head of the battle group of Titans, Imperial Knights and Skitarai, Schissus Belli must defeat tainted war engines, traitor
I got you.
legionnaires,
I got your
and
tanks
armies
right here.
of cultists.
You could have just said yes.
With apocalyptic battles rage across the panic and no less battle deadly, blah, 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 blah.
Could
It's
have just
about a
said
big
yes.
robot.
Could have just said yes.
It's about,
Big robot.
it's about a giant stompy fucking robot. That
Can we
goes
move on to
around.
Warlord games now? Is that
I
cool?
suppose.
Yeah.
You must talk about the lesser
Yeah,
companies.
thanks Dan for telling us all about books.
You should ring GW and say, guys, I want to read your books for you online. Oh, that sweet, sexy
You could,
radio
you could
voice.
just turn up with that face for radio and just go, Battle Brothers.
You guys should go fuck yourselves.
New out of Warlord games, Winter Germans are here, so you can get a new winter German offensive winter box. So
The plastic.
it is plastic. So
Plastic.
in that army box, I think it's $130 from memory. So you get a box of Winter Germans. You get two.
Sorry.
Fuck's sake.
Jesus.
Yeah.
2 Opel Blitz Multia kits. You get a Hanomag Pack 36 kit. You get a Panzer 4.
What? Not a generic panther to use like every other spaz who plays this game?
No.
Oh my god.
I like my Panther.
What, you mean there are still people in version 4 that just spam Panthers?
You're thinking
Version
of wrong
2.
game. Version 2. Bolt action, Damian.
Oh,
Talking
sorry.
about bolt action.
Back
I'm
to sleep,
confused.
old man.
I'm
Back to
playing
sleep.
with my Necrons. I haven't
Back
seen
to your
it before.
Tomb World, motherfucker. Also, something I've noted on there, they've got this new photorealistic terrain, photorealistic MDF terrain. So it looks as though it's MDF that has got a vinyl print on it. So it's called Sally Forth. Looks quite interesting. And
but
reasonably priced as
Yeah,
well.
but if I wanted any terrain, I'd go to battlekiwi.com, buy all the stuff.
Yes, we report the news though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ, Damian.
Ollie knows we love him. Go to new releases.
No, you go to new releases.
Yeah, what are you looking
already
at?
been
Are those
there.
like
They're
Warlord
paints.
paints? Why are we looking at Warlord paints?
Oh
It's
my god,
Vallejo.
I have to go there to get there.
Whatever.
God, you're the worst.
Go to new releases.
Man, their website's shit.
Their website is really bad.
It's not if you know how to use internets.
I pushed the button. It's taking forever.
Right, there it is.
Oh, it's just printed on paper.
No, it's on MDF.
Oh, so it's stickers. So it's Duracell, like what we put
Well,
on our
no,
books
but it
in
comes
school.
like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's MDF with a Duracell
Seal
coating
coat.
already
That's what I
on it.
said. It's got vinyl on it.
No,
Oh.
you said it had vinyl. You didn't
I
say
thought
it was like
you made this
Duracell.
sound awesome.
It is awesome.
Basically, it's just MDF, but all they did was put Duracell,
Duracell
on
on
it.
it.
Whoop-de shit.
Jesus.
I thought it was saying cool.
Jeez, you guys are
Yeah.
hard to please.
I thought this was revolutionary.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
It's like, oh, hold on, let's protect it by sticking
And it's a
Duracell.
60
You might as well get the flowery
It's
Duracell
like a
stuff.
$60 house.
It's like, no.
It's big. It's a big house.
So
All I'm
like-
saying is just go and talk. Just go and look at it. If you don't want to buy it,
Yeah.
nobody's
So,
forcing you to put your card number in.
Yeah, my calves are big,
Unbelievable.
but I'd rather have my calves than that house.
Card number.
Man, you need hearing aids.
I know exactly what I'm talking about, but my calves are big. That house may be big, but I'd rather have my calves.
It doesn't
I don't
make-
understand. That makes no
zero
sense.
I
You're
make
talk-
absolutely no
you're
sense
like
whatsoever.
you're
What the
talking like a crazy person.
I am a crazy
Shit.
person.
Who invited him? Honestly. Last thing I found.
Wait till my vape charges up
yeah,
and I bring it
could
down and
you-
start
Oh
blowing
my
grape
God.
flavour
Please
everywhere.
don't.
Such a vapor.
hipster. New out of Two Fat Lardies. There's a new game
Yeah, what?
called Two Fat Lardies.
How have you not heard of Two Fat Lardies and you've been playing World War II games for this long?
Seriously, mate.
What?
Chain of Command.
Alright, so you know how there was like rapid fire
Oh, yeah.
and that was a joke and then Flames of War come along?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
like
you know
this.
all the other games that like nip at the edges of Flames of War trying to
Yeah,
be cool?
yeah,
They make all those games.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
I think they pretty much make all of them except the Plastic Soldier Company one, which I can't remember.
Battlefield.
Battlefield?
Battle Group.
Battle Group?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
The one where their zealots get on and go, you should come play Battle Group. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Doing.
They've got What a Tanker.
What a tanker. So this now I've seen a couple of games of this played online, both on Beasts of War and on Two Fat Lardies channel. Looks pretty friggin' cool, actually. I'm tempted to get the rules and bring it along to club. So you remember, it's similar to tanks, but on a much more tactical scale. So the games that I've seen have been 4 tanks on the table, 2 on each side. You roll. So each of your tanks has a dice pool of d6 dice, starting at 6 dice. You roll them, and depending on the number that you roll, will determine what you can do in your turn. So if you roll a 1, that gives you 2d6 worth of movement. If you roll a 2, it allows you to acquire a target, aim, fire, reload. And then 6 is a wild dice, which means you can change it. And then different classes of tanks allow you to do different things. So fast tanks like Cromwells or Stuarts can change any of their dice to a 1 to give extra movement.
Cool. How long does the normal game go for?
About half an hour.
Sure.
So it's pretty
So
quick.
it's pretty close. It's pretty much like tanks, but with more.
What's
More
game?
stuff.
So is it build
They were playing it in 28.
28, but
Yeah.
you can play it
So
15 through.
You could
or
play it
10,
in 15. You could
Or
play
to
it
make
in,
Gavin happy, could you play it in 6?
I would never play it in 6.
6 is heresy. Don't even talk about 6.
It's
no more.
it's the kind of game that I think looks best at 28.
It's like you're playing 6 mil, you might as well just play with ants.
Yeah. What is this? A war game for ants? Looks pretty cool. So I'm thinking about maybe ordering the rules. But yeah. Look, it looks pretty cool.
Did you get round to selling off all your Epic stuff in the end?
Nah, I never started.
Sorry, we segued from to 6
We're
minutes.
not segueing. I'm reporting news here.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
Unbelievable. Professionalism.
I am professional.
Fucking God.
Unprofessional.
Whatever.
Out of Kickstarter, I've been having a look at Kickstarter stuff. Zombicide Invader, which looks like Space Zombicide.
It is Space Zombicide.
$2 million.
Jesus.
The Street Fighter.
Why do these guys keep
game.
going to Kickstarter?
Because
Don't they have like tons of money? Mind you, I could say the same about Mantic. Like-
not as much as CMOE.
Yeah.
Get to
so-
Street Fighter.
Anyway, the Street Fighter miniatures game. So this comes with pre-painted minis
Shot Chun-Li.
that are 64 millimeter.
That's huge.
That's
So the
bigger
big
than
guys are
Blizzard.
64 mil, and the small guys are 35. So Zangief and M Bison and all the rest of it, I think, will be the 68 mil figures, and the like Chun Li and
That's too
Ryu
big,
and
Damian.
and all the rest of them will be
this
35
fella's,
mil.
fella's a 28, so 35 would be
35
about
is
that
slightly
big.
bigger.
Yeah.
They're pre-painted as well. So the box, so the entry point for the game is $140.
Whoa, no, thank
But
you.
Yeah, no.
with all the stretch goals that they've racked up, you are getting a serious amount of kit for $140.
Or you just go find the old Hero Click Street Fighter figures.
Oh,
No.
you and your hero clicks. You've got
Honestly,
a hero
mate.
clicks for everything, don't you?
You can't
It's
just
like,
count
hero
Zaz
clicks,
anytime you
hero
want.
clicks. Oh, look, I've got a hero clicks for that.
Shit, you might as well just play Star Wars Legion with Hero Clicks or something.
I would if I could.
Ridiculous.
It's like, oh, need
Fireball-
to cut down a tree. Don't worry, I've got a chainsaw hero clicks for that.
Shut
Where's-
up. I
where's
spent
your Hero
all
Clicks
Monday
power?
fucking chainsawing trees. It was great.
I've got a Hero Clicks power line. Didn't fucking work, did it?
No, it didn't.
No. Fireball Island, which is a re-release of a game from the 80s that everyone is super hyped about. $1.9 million that's
I'm
raised.
super hyped. What is it?
Fireball Island.
Yeah.
So it was like a 3D board game where you had to run away from fiery balls.
So it's like Donkey Kong, the board game.
No, it's like Fireball Island.
It's like Donkey Kong, the board game.
No. And then the Hellboy game out of Mantic, £89 entry point
So
for
that's
that.
like $180.
$180, yeah.
Plus shipping.
I'm not.
Ooh,
and
yuck.
Shipping's never kind.
nah.
See, it's because these guys keep buying up obscure licenses from comic book dealers, but then the comic book dealers are like, well, it was a movie, remember? So they're like, that'll be lots for the rights. And Mantic will be like, that'll be a Kickstarter. And then they're like, the price will also be high. Because if it was one of their like home-brewed things, then, yeah, it wouldn't be too terrible.
Yeah, Dungeon Saga and everything was a reasonable price point when we got
Yeah,
there.
well,
so
you're paying, just like your Mars Attacks, you're paying for, what's the word I'm looking for? You're paying for
the-
licensing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And-
Look, I'm okay with Kickstarter and the rest of it. It seems to be it's gone away from being that indie game thing now where everybody's using it. So I do have a little bit of concern, but shit happens, right? So that's all the noob news that I found. What have you guys been doing?
I've just been hanging out being cool.
It's not true.
I ain't been doing shit.
No, that's true. You've had no power and you've been down country. And
Yeah, we gave it a week and the power still wasn't on, so we said, fuck this, we're out.
yeah, fair
So we
call.
went down the line and we only came back to Auckland because we got a message saying it was fixed. So we got back and it wasn't.
Cool.
And it was like, what?
Some local news as well. So for anyone who's playing Magic the Gathering, knows anything that's going on with Magic the Gathering, Dominaria is out. But there's also a new online game called MTG Magic Arena. There is a New Zealand-based Twitch channel called Stitch Flame NZ.
That's Daryl.
That is Daryl.
I work with him, and
it
he
is
said,
Daryl?
"Watch my channel." I'm like, "Nah."
So if you're interested in checking out a smaller streamer,
You're so mean. Daryl's a good guy.
Daryl's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't watch someone
You're
playing
such a-
Magic.
you're
I'm like,
such a-
"Oh, but I'm going
Hey,
to tap
look
my
at-
lands."
Oh,
Like,
mind you, you're going to
"Yawn."
tap my lands and going to tap this ass.
Go and have a look. Also, if you're interested in RPGs, if you're interested in D&D, go over to Twitch and check out Castle Mac. So that's Steve McLaughlin's D&D group who do a Twitch show every Sunday night.
Why
in
don't
the
you
US.
put Daryl's and Steve's links
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna
our
put I'm gonna
page?
put links up. So when Steve and his group, so it's Steve and his wife Lydia and Sean O'Hara and guys like that. So they do a stream at sort of 7:30 their time on a Sunday night, which coincides with my Monday lunchtime. It's great lunchtime watching. So
I don't know. I'm actually normally working during my lunchtime on Mondays, so it's like...
yeah, but that's because you get 72 weeks off a year.
No, it's 73 now.
Sorry,
Yeah,
73.
we went for an
Thanks,
extra-
Labour.
Yeah, shot.
Well, if you haven't got any more news, and he hasn't got any more news because he's cleaning his nails
I've got
with a scalpel.
news.
What?
I'm
Oh, what?
not cleaning
I gave
my
up
nails.
smoking. I've been smoke-free since the 19th of April. That's why I'm vaping. So don't fucking hassle me about having a big silver mouth dildo and
Why he's
vibrating it.
grumpy
I
as well.
have a splinter under my nail. I'm not doing my nails. It's just been bothering me for a few days.
A splinter under your nail.
I think it's either a piece of metal or a piece of wood.
It's
I don't
probably a
know.
little bit of lead from a white
I
metal
don't know. We'll
miniature.
see in a few days when I go.
Probably
crazy.
a hair from your arsehole. Stop picking it.
Gross.
Let's go and play some ads, and we'll be back in a minute.
Two.
Dice of War. Dice of War supply custom and historical wargaming dice and accessories. Unique designs to suit your gaming requirements. Visit the online store today at diceofwar.com.au. Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. We're back, ready
Toad's
to talk about what we did at the club on the
Yeah.
weekend.
Why am I even here for this part then?
Because you would.
You listen. You sit down and listen and see how professional radio shows are run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing on that.
Hang on,
so-
I'll give you a recording of a professional radio show you can listen to.
No, it's fine.
Club was awesome, man. There was so much stuff going on. It was just ridiculous.
There was games.
Yep.
There was. I played a game.
What did you play?
I played that Blood Red Skies.
How did that play? Because remember, I pre-ordered that and then I changed my mind.
It played okay for when you play like it just with the planes.
Yeah.
It plays like, you know, a kind of cool playing game. You got to get behind them. You got to angle yourself. It follows a nice weird kind of. It's hard to describe. It's okay.
What's the game mechanic like? Is it complicated?
It's
or
not complicated. The trick is to get behind someone and make them lose their what is it? It's not called their initiative. It's
Advantage.
like their advantage.
I mean, I played Wings of Glory and
Yeah.
that. So
The Immelman. The Immelman
What
is
is
a thing
it?
in
But
this.
what about the Himmelman?
The Immelman is a true thing in this, and it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But it also comes with cards and like a card system you can play with too. And we played the card system in the second one, and I lost like nearly all my planes really quick because Spitfires were just slightly better with the cards.
What do the cards do?
Oh, they get you to do extra.
Are they like
things.
upgrades?
They're like
or-
they're like upgrades, let you turn better, or let you take advantage of like your plane's natural planiness. That's a thing. I don't know.
So basically, your Spitfires, the Spitfires got an upgrade. Yeah.
They got an upgrade in the cards, but then the Germans also had an upgrade, let them dive better.
Yeah.
Which means I could adjust and make
Beware
turns
the hot
first.
in the sun. Oh, tell you
Yeah.
who.
And it was quite cool, the little sticks and things, but the chap running it with me, I forget his name. Matt, that's him, thank you. He was saying how the other planes are a bit more broken and like they don't suit like the.
So were you just using Spits?
We
and
were just using what
109s?
came with the
Yeah.
with the box. So
Diggy, 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 diggy.
were they M109s?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 109s. It's really funny because if your planes are the same initiative, so everything that's has advantage goes first.
Yeah.
And then it goes on initiative 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or 5, 4, 3, 2 because there's no 1.
Like
And-
X-Wing.
Like X-Wing, and then disadvantaged planes go last.
How do you become disadvantaged?
You
You're a
at the
Polish
start of the
fighter pilot.
game,
Yeah.
you roll a dice. So on 5 or 6, you get an advantage, so
Yeah.
you get to point your plane up.
Right.
1 or 2, you're at disadvantage. On 3, 4, you're normal.
Right.
But you can also get disadvantage by going down an advantage grade to sacrifice something. So you could want to go extra move or something, but you disadvantage yourself by going really fast.
Right.
It's like pushing. You've just
Yeah,
pushed it a little
you
bit
push your limit
further.
too much.
Yeah.
Or another plane gets behind you,
Whoops.
and they push your advantage down.
Yep.
So normally, if you're like trying to shoot a plane and it's like a higher level than you, or it has advantage, you can't do that
Right.
because it's climbing.
You've
and
got
stuff.
a
yeah,
basic
climbing
table.
shit,
You just
okay.
got a basic table that goes up and down depending
Yeah.
on what you're doing.
Up and down depending on where you are, what you've done.
Okay.
The first game was quite cool. I managed to surround it, and the winning thing is like if you shoot at a plane and you hit it, but you don't destroy it, they get a boom marker.
Yeah.
So
Boom.
if a boom,
Nice.
so if you get more boom markers than you have planes,
Yes.
you lose. That's it. Planes don't have to
Oh.
be shot down; they just have to be shot at because they lose the nerve and run away.
Gotcha.
So I managed to shoot down 2 planes and get like 2 or 3 boom markers on me left.
Is it something you would consider buying?
Not me personally, no, because I'm not a fan of board games.
Right.
What-
So it plays more like a board game.
It is a board game.
What
you play on
scale are the
a
planes?
1/200.
Okay.
So it's one of those scales that was
That's
sort of
weird.
available-ish at a time.
But they made it 1/200 so that you could use 144 or 1/100.
Well, no, because it's on a stick
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
So-
The model. So they come on like a round base like X-wing, but the
and they got the
the
stick can move
moves.
backwards and forwards to show advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I
It's-
think looked pretty cool.
I mean, it was a fun little game, but you know, it's a board game. I'm not terribly enthused by board games, but that's just me.
Okay.
But then the other games they were fun.
Yeah.
And it was played on like a mat. I think the mat came with the game. It was just a standard vinyl mat.
It's like a 3x3.
A
Yeah.
blue vinyl sky mat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah, and there were different. There's different scenarios you could play. Like the British in that one get like a home ground advantage because you're fighting over England. I can't remember what the Germans got. The Germans got something where they got to go first, so they could shoot first and
Blitzkrieg.
hope for the best. But you never want to take the planes on head to head, which you both flying
Going
towards
at
each
each
other.
other.
So even though you've got the higher initiative, and
Yeah.
the dice mechanic is quite cool. You get like
It's got specialized dice, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. It's like you get a number of dice for how many good shooter you are.
Yep.
And then your defense dice are based on how good your agility is. And a Spitfire and a 109 are pretty agile. But head to head's like dangerous. You don't want to do head to head because you might be an ace and you shoot at the plane.
Yeah.
But you miss. But he gets to shoot back even if it's out of turn.
Ooh.
The turn mechanics are quite cool. I like it as a game. If you like board games with planes, then I'd suggest you go buy this.
Okay.
It was fun, but I don't buy board games because they just take up space.
So the game that you played with Matt, was that just what came in the starter box?
That was just the starter box.
So that was like 3 planes each side?
There were four planes each side.
Okay.
So you fly them in a flight, so you can't have planes separate. So your flights are like 2.
Oh, okay.
So you have your guy and his wingman.
So you have a squadron and a Luftflotte.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but the plane, I think there was 6 planes in the box each side.
Any
Okay,
idea
that's
what
not bad.
expansions have come out for it, or are in the
I think
pipeline?
there's like
There's
the Pacific,
Russians. So the Russians have the Yak 3, I
And there's-
think, and then you got the Zero.
Zero and the Hellcat. is
Hellcat
it?
or the
Hellcat?
Lightning?
I think it's Hellcat.
Yeah.
Or Lightning. I can't remember. But
Course-
Matt was
maybe a
telling me.
Corsair. Pacific Corsair.
Not a
Yeah,
not
No,
a
no,
Corsair.
it
No.
wasn't Corsair. No. So yeah, it look, and then you can get ace packs as well. So the expansions, like with the Messerschmitt and the rest of it, gives you ace cards that you can use additionally.
I'd always decided I wasn't going to look at the game until they released the Focke-Wulf.
I don't think they will. They
Well,
might. Oh, they probably.
I mean,
will.
if they do, then I'll take a look because
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
big Butcher Bird fan.
The problem with the problem that I had with it was the timing. It was coming out at the same time as Legion, and I wasn't sold on Legion. And then I really after I saw Legion being played and all the hype for it and the rest of it, I quickly switched my pre-orders.
Oh, that's because Beast of War went and did that whole
Yeah, and
AT table.
I saw Ollie's stuff before I saw that,
Oh, true.
and was just like, yeah, I'm in.
The
I'm in.
battlekiwi.com stuff for Legion is fantastic. Buy
It's
all
very
the
good.
stuff.
I personally own the bunker, the turret, and the landing pad now.
Nice.
The landing pad is fucking huge. It is it stands.
How huge?
So if you put it on the table at full size, it will stand 3 feet, maybe 2 feet tall.
It's pretty big.
It's massive, man.
Like any other man in creation, you've just added an extra couple of
Absolutely.
measurements to it.
Absolutely, it was this big.
was
No, but
this
if
big.
you're like, it stands.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
this
bro, I
tall.
went out drinking and drank a keg.
It's like 18 inches off the table,
Okay.
from table to the top of it.
So it's gone from 3 feet down to 2 feet down
Yeah.
to 18 inches.
18 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's more like it.
That's
Thanks,
more
Greg.
realistic.
Yeah.
That's more realistic.
Yeah.
Looks super cool on the table. And the best thing about it, Beasts of War was 100% right. So I took it around to Monkey's place for a game of Legion.
Yeah.
Put it on the table. Brilliant. Perfect as a dice tray.
Oh, nice.
You roll your dice onto the landing pad. Brilliant. Perfect. So good.
Shot
Smart.
Ollie, that's thinking.
Clever.
That's
well
dual
worth the
usage.
89 New Zealand dollars.
Oh, nice. Not terribly expensive for a huge
No.
piece of terrain.
No, absolutely
And not covered in vinyl.
Not covered in vinyl.
No Duracell.
No.
So $89, so that's about what, 45 pounds?
45 pound, maybe 50 US.
Yeah.
Something like
About
that.
right.
35 US, 45 pound. Yeah, works out. Does Ollie still do international shipping deals?
Sure does.
Well, there you go. Hey, international listeners, if there are any of you
It's
left, you should go
limited.
there and buy us stuff.
But heaps of international listeners, man.
At least one.
Yeah. You, you
What?
weren't at club, so you can't talk about what you played. I played two different games, 2 different systems, entirely separate.
Yeah, you did.
So, what did you play?
I played Ancients.
Ugh.
Dave and I played a game of Impetus, which was my first game of Impetus.
Impotent.
Impetus.
They basically had a bunch of like two armies that
Dudes.
didn't wear pants, and they
And they
went
just
at
walked
it,
around and just
threw
threw
sticks at each
javelins
other,
and sticks,
Totally
and
did.
stones and
slingshots
stuff.
and
Totally did.
crap.
I kept walking
great.
back, and like Greg had some cavalry, and then
Greg's going,
Greg
look
did,
at my impotent cavalry.
and then Greg didn't have any cavalry anymore, and I was
Neither
like,
did
oh.
Dave, though.
What happened
Yeah.
to my cavalry?
The horses all ran off for some reason.
They did.
Nay.
Why'd they run off?
What, because they routed.
Okay.
Ancient cavalry not as good as medieval cavalry.
No.
Proper question.
Yeah.
What scale was it?
We played in
20.
28.
28. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it would lend itself to 15. There's already talk about some people doing it in 15 as well, because
Oh my God.
Stu's got a 15 mil Carthaginian army, which he's quite keen to get out of storage and start using.
Those
It's-
Carthaginians were for DBA.
it's based for DBA, but it's around the same base count.
It's not going to take me much to actually find my.
Oh,
Indians
don't try and
put them
find your
together.
stupid
You
elephants.
can't use.
They're around here somewhere.
You can't use them in Impetus
Why not?
because it's you.
You're just scared I'm going to get elephants and stomp shit. It's good.
Your 15 mil elephants are going to stop my
Stop,
28 mil
stop,
hoplite.
Yeah, well, I'm not
hoplites.
playing
Yes.
28 mil.
They're,
28
they're baby elephants
Baby elephant.
Yeah, man, you
with,
gotta
with, like, with tiny pygmies on the back.
No, it was like the game. The system plays really, really well. Once you come to grips with the system and how it operates and how you've got to roll lower than a certain number in order to not take casualties and things like that, it's a really quick, simple, easy game.
Is it fully D6? You don't have to use
Yep.
multiple different
100% D6.
dices.
It is. So I think like if you had a massive army, your figure count would be about 80. My figure count is 6 12s, whatever that is, 72.
So what scale
My figure
is
count's
that?
about 8. It's
Okay.
a 28 mil.
No. What I mean, points value are you playing to, and
You
how
don't-
long did the game go for?
There's no points value. So what you have in the back of the book is army lists.
Right.
And you have to build what's in the army list. You've got options that you can change things out for and the rest of it. You end up with about 8 to 12 bases of troops. And the game took us about an hour and a half.
So
And
does
that's
it?
because we were learning the
You know
rules.
how I always consider Kings of War to basically be a skirmish game, even though it looks massive on the table and you have heaps of stuff.
Yes.
Does,
Similar.
Does Impotent play like Kings of War?
Impetus. Does it play like Kings of War?
You know, is it like a skirmish type game, but you're pushing lots of stuff around?
Yes, sort of. It's a little more. Yeah, actually, no, it is. It's like Kings of War. You're thrusting towards the other force.
All right. How can you thrust when you're impotent?
Fuck off.
Sorry, I've been waiting for a comment like that. Don't turn my mic off.
It does play really, really well, and it can lend itself to bigger battles. You can expand your force to be 2 army lists of things if you want to play a bigger, longer game.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we played some 40k after that.
Did you lose?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you use Girly Man? Your crutch?
I didn't take Girly.
You didn't take crutch
No,
by
he
Girly
took
Man.
he took
took
a
a
knight.
knight.
He took a knight instead.
Why didn't you have both? You should just get Girly Man
Couldn't
and
do it.
bloody
Because
model
he's
him on
like
his shoulders.
400 and something
It's
points.
400 points.
So what?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't
You
take a
could.
knight and Girlyman.
You can
But
take both 2,000 points and
Dave,
jam him in.
Dave brought his Imperial Fists and his cussed chodes. So,
Did he just bike around and annihilate you with his
I
custom?
killed-
Oh,
his
the guy
butt.
on the bike got like owned by Overwatch.
Oh, did he?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hell blaster him? Did you go, I'm going
I
to
didn't
overcharge?
I didn't hell blaster him. So he went into combat with my dreadnought.
Did
And
your dreadnought mowed him down?
a little bit.
Which dreadnought do you have? Do you have the big
The
dreadnought? or
ancient,
Venerable.
the ancient one.
Oh, you just have the venerable.
venerable, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have the dreadnought inside the
Redemptor.
dreadnought.
The Primaris.
The Redemptor. Dave had one of those.
The
Yeah,
biggest,
the double,
biggest
double
dreadnought.
dreadnought. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Redemptor.
The
yeah.
dreadnought inside a dreadnought.
Dave had one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But he brought his bike guy into close combat and then he was
Meow.
down to 2 wounds, so he fucked him off. And then my Inceptors deep struck behind him and shot him. It was so good.
You know what are your Inceptors armed with? Just those heavy
Assault
assault
bolters.
bolters.
Assault
Yeah.
bolters, like heavy bolters.
3
Heavy
shots
assault
each,
bolters.
so they get 6 shots per
Pop,
per
pop,
fig.
pop, pop, pop.
So good, so good.
They're pretty mean.
That's why I need my death marks done. Dan, do my death marks.
So you can counter death mark,
Um,
drop deep
Yeah, well,
strike with your
hey, well,
death
apparently
marks.
old Mr. Tull, Ryan Tull, wants to play me in a 40k game. He wants to beat me up with his Drew Carey.
I'm still
story.
waiting.
And,
I'm still waiting for this to happen.
No, well, we'd be filming it down at the Nublia, but most of my stuff that I need to play is still
Just invite
Silver.
yourself around.
Yeah,
Go
it's
on,
the best thing to do. You don't need to be home. Just leave the keys under the mat.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
And
worry
leave your
about
phone at home too, because mine doesn't have enough memory.
So we'll get round to it.
Yeah,
Just got to
cool.
try and organise it, but I just need a few things.
Maybe get
Not
those lights
silvered.
fixed.
I tell you what, the game of
Maybe get your
40k.
lights fixed. Faisal.
No, I've got a plan for that. So yeah, Faisal said get the lights and I'll come round on at Easter and I'll fix them for you.
Shot Faiz.
Cool.
Haven't seen them.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks, Faiz.
Yeah, thanks, Faiz.
So the game Dave and I played, we didn't play missions out of the book. We used the open war cards.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
cool.
Really, really cool.
Did you use your set or his set?
His set, I haven't got my set off Tony yet. I haven't seen Tony, so
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Tony,
Still
yeah,
waiting.
what are you up to, man?
Yeah, Tony.
Those are good. That's a good.
so we got, like-
really random. I like it.
So the mission we got was pretty much just kill everything. But then the twist we got was replenishes
There was
or
a
whatever
twist?
it was. And so that meant that a single unit could heal D3 wounds at the start of every turn.
Nice.
Perfect for my knight.
So you could
Oh.
I could throw that on Necrons and then get extra Necrons popping back up.
No, you can heal D3 wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 Necrons dead, that's 3 wounds.
No,
So then I
'cause they're
could
dead.
heal D3
Nothing
wounds
comes
and
back
pop
from the
up.
dead, right?
Nothing comes back
Except for
from the dead.
Necrons.
So you'd want if you had your spider bot, you'd want to put it on that,
Yeah.
or your
Or my lord.
your barge thing
Or
because
my cryptic.
your
All my will be
barge.
done.
So like if
All
a,
my
if, a,
wraiths.
if a quantum shielding actually failed, you'd be like, oh, just get back D3 wounds.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
You
Every
know,
turn.
you know the list I've written out for 2,000 points for the Crons. I'm actually not using the spider or
Why not?
the stalker or
Because he's using
or the
all
barge.
little things.
I'm using all infantry, man. It's fucking great.
Because it's all -1 to your armor
Negative
all
2,
the time.
thank you.
-2 when you go.
I got
Like,
Mephrit close range, and then you just get up there and
Oh.
just go.
Does
zerk,
that apply to
-2,
everyone, not just
everyone.
one? Oh my god, that's terrible.
Mephrit gives you -2 at half range.
This is why Necrons
There was
suck.
also another 40k game going on.
Yeah, there
Oh, there's
was.
a little game of Epic too.
Yes.
6 mil.
6 mil. Got a
10 mil.
6 mil, tiny, whatever, out of scale.
Epic.
And
Out of scale, out of production.
For now.
That was, looks like Imperial Guard versus Space
Space Marine?
Marine?
I think it was Space Marines. I think I saw some Vindicators.
Yeah, I
Who's
think it was
playing?
Space Marines.
Gavin
Gavin
Greek.
Greek.
Other Greek,
Okay.
the other Australian Greek.
other Greek,
Two of
other
them.
Greek.
There was another game, 40k.
There was
It was the new Drukari book versus Nurgle.
Nurgle.
Yeah.
And I went to watch it after I got a game, and there were just so many dirty tricks by the Dark Elves. It was
have
quite
to get
it was
that
quite a
codex.
thematic game. It was Relic, where you got to capture it and walk away with it.
Oh, yeah.
And Daryl had managed, even though he'd lost nearly all of his stuff, killed all the squishy elves. So all he had left was
Plague Tank.
all he had left was like a group of Terminators, full wounds, and looked like 2 Plague Marines and one of the spellcasters.
Typhus.
No, the shit one.
Oh, the Malignant Plague
the
Caster.
Malignant Plague Caster.
How's,
So,
your
Plague
painting,
Caster,
how's,
eh?
how's your painting of yours coming along?
mate, they're still assembled-ish. And what was quite funny, they're playing the game. Daryl had killed all of his infantry, so he couldn't capture the relic anymore.
What about his Terminators?
Nice.
No, Daryl had killed all
Darren's.
Darren's.
Oh, right.
elves.
So Darren couldn't actually
Daryl
carry the relic.
Yeah, so he went off. The Malignant Plaguecaster's walking away with the. He ran off with the. He advanced.
He just went, right, fuck you.
And then
see
he's like, smite, and he rolled a 12, and he went and died. And then he dropped the relic, and it was like, lol, nice draw.
Oh, so Daryl thought he'd get cheeky and smart on the way out and go,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a big fuck you
big-
with
big
a
smite.
with
Throw a
a
smite
magic's
over his
power.
shoulder.
And
And
it's like
then
12.
pop.
I was like, oh no.
Oh, it sucks to be that guy.
Yeah, I was like, oh well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I bet Darren was cracking up laughing
Yeah,
too.
I was like-
what was
I was
Daryl's face like? Did it look like
It
he had a
didn't-
little bit of thunder in there?
It didn't really change. It was something it was something he expected because he was being shut down the whole game by like Drukari and their like anti tactics.
pop,
Every
pop.
time you'd like go to use a command point, it's like on a something plus this does this to your command point or this does this and I get command points back. It's like all their extra command abilities that Darren was using seemed to have shutdowns in them.
Yeah, they do. They just deny.
So bad.
It's built in anti command points.
It's quite cool.
It's perfect
It's
for
a
going up
lovely
against
mechanic.
somebody who uses crutch boot Ghouliman or something.
Yeah.
Because
Given
it's be like,
they-
yeah, nah, Ghouliman. I see you. Nah.
Given they
Nah.
don't have magic powers, I think that's
Nah.
okay. It's a good
Nah.
trade-off, right?
Nah.
So
Well, they don't have magic powers. They got dark lances, which are,
Nah.
and blasters. Oh my god, blasters,
blasters
are
are
mean.
ridiculous
Yeah,
now.
I watched one hit in like again
What's that?
in
D6
Overwatch.
wounds?
It's
No.
a melter gun.
Yeah.
D3 wounds.
Four.
Mortals?
4? I think it's 4. A lot of wounds.
And then if it rolls a 6 on a wound, it's double.
I don't know.
Wounds or something?
I'm not.
It's
I
weird.
don't really want to get close to them. They're scary.
Yeah.
And the main event was the bloody 4-player
Main
of
event.
Gaslands.
Holy shit! This game.
That was the best game I've ever seen.
This game has taken club by storm. It is.
I gotta
seriously
say, I was pretty impressed with the write-up of Reed's Revenge. That looked good.
That was quite
jihadi
good.
bus.
The jihadi
The
bus.
jihadi bus, Reed's
Yes,
Revenge.
Faisal was running his jihadi bus and a what was it like a what's the little
buggy?
A buggy. That's a little thing with a buggy.
Yeah. So you'll be pleased to know when he put it on the table, I grabbed my phone, grabbed Spotify, and put the Finger Boys on.
Shot.
Yeah.
The
The bus. He
my God.
made this bus. So he's only got a bus and a buggy. So he's got 2 vehicles basically. Everyone
That's
else
his
has
50
got.
cans, yeah.
Everyone else has got. Yeah. Everyone
Who
else
was
has
driving
got,
the buggy? Was it Lazy Linda or Greg the Bogan?
It was Greg, I think.
Greg the Bogan.
Greg the Bogan.
Yeah.
But the buggy died early on. No big deal.
I'd like Greg.
But the bus, he put a ram on the bus, and he has a boarding crew, and he fits 9 people in that boarding crew. So what he does is he hits a car or a van or anything smaller than
And swarms
so he
it.
does damage to it, like a ton of damage, because it's a bus hitting
Yeah,
you with a
yeah,
ram.
yeah.
And then the dudes inside all like to the free AKs for everyone, and then just start shooting out the window at the car with handguns, and that does even more damage. And most of the time, the car explodes. It explodes, and the bus has to go through that. And as the bus is crunching over it, most of the vehicles were carrying explosives, either Molotovs or grenades, and they do a secondary
They
explosion. Now,
detonate.
every car has a chance to explode when it dies,
Yeah.
which is very cool. And so Faisal runs over the first car, crunch, crunch, and then boom, it blows up, and he takes a bit of damage. He's like, fuck this, and then he has a head-on collision with a van with a ram. But he wins that because he's a heavier weight class. Runs over that. That's full of grenades and
There
Molotovs.
goes
Boom, boom, boom.
The bus is still going.
And the bus is still going. I think it got 3 or 4 cars. Everyone decided to let's get Faisal,
Yep.
and which promptly turned into actually let's just get each other because I've got a good angle here on you instead of Faisal, and they're just shooting each other.
And he's just driving
And he
around
he
cleaning
drove
up.
over like
Yeah.
3 cars, and it was a ridiculous game. And it got down to the point where it was Andrew McCall. What was the name of the chap who just joined club?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
He's
Matt,
No, it's not
I
Matt.
want to say it's a Matt, but I don't think it's a Matt. He
Jim,
made the
Frank,
best looking
Bruce.
cars.
John,
Like, what's his name?
Scott.
Hang on, I'll figure it out.
Shut
Stu,
up. That's not.
He's on the Gaslands Facebook
He's one of Molly's
page.
mates.
Foreskin Fred.
No, they don't have nicknames like their 50s, like bloody gang members. Hang on. Where they
Babyface.
While he's looking for that, just on names, we were talking about this as well. I was telling the kids how we had a
Oh,
guy in my rugby
Todd.
team
Todd.
called Rabbi
Nice.
because
Why?
his last name was Skinner, so it went from Skinner to Foreskinner to Rabbi.
I can see how you'd
Yeah,
make that leap. Yeah.
and that's how we made that leap. Sorry.
His name was Todd Lyons. That's it.
Yeah, Todd.
Oh, okay.
Todd, I've
And-
fucking known Todd for years, man. He's a
Oh,
good
that's
dude.
right. He said to say hi to Damien because Damien knew him or some such.
Yeah,
whatnot.
shit, yeah. Shot Todd.
Yeah, and he
There you
bought Busey's Bastards, and
That's right.
Gary
it's got-
Busey.
and it's got a real oh, I don't know.
Hey,
What's that movie? Fury Road look to his stuff.
Yeah.
And his little like throwy, explodey things are really cool. What are they things like the stick bombs that you
Stick
saw in Fury
bombs, yeah,
Road?
yeah.
He's got those in his cars and they detach.
Niku Haku teams.
But yeah, his van rammed Faisal's bus with a van, but bus with a ram, but it still lost. But eventually Faisal died because he ran over too many cars that exploded underneath him.
and then just died.
And
He died.
Yep.
And then the game played out. So Andrew has a, I think it's a bus or a big vehicle with a 125mm cannon on it. And whenever you fire that, you take hazards because it's a massive cannon knocking your vehicle around.
Yeah, it's gonna shatter your chassis.
And then what happened? Something stupid happened. Andrew had another car with no guns, but it dropped caltrops. And what happened is Stu drove over the caltrops, took damage,
Got flat tire.
exploded
What?
because he must have flipped or done something wrong. Then what happened is it caused a chain reaction, and I can't see whatever that is.
Oh, right. Anyway.
And it exploded another vehicle. What are you looking at?
I have no idea.
It's the chaos pitch for Blood Bowl.
Oh, no one cares, Greg. We're
Oh,
talking
man,
about cool
that's
games.
shit.
Don't interrupt.
I
This
don't
is
wanna
worse
see
than
that
Damian.
crap. Yeah, you're
Anyway.
worse than me, man.
So
Dicks.
I'm telling a story.
Sorry.
So his car hit the caltrops
He's in mid-flow,
that
stop
Andrew dropped.
interrupting him.
He always does. You're the fucking worst.
Otherwise, you're gonna make him impotent like your game.
Yeah,
on
like a
Saturday,
shit game.
on Sunday.
So what was I saying? So his car hit caltrops, exploded, caused chain reaction, caused another car to explode,
Yeah.
which caused another car of Stu's. I think Stu lost 3 cars to this one Caltrop, which then set another car into slide, and that car was kind of out of control and hit what? Faisal's dead buggy and exploded.
So everything died.
Everything
So
died.
good.
Molly lost all his cars to gunfire. Andrew had lost everything but the one car with no guns, except for a Caltrop.
Well, how did Todd's stuff go?
Oh,
How did Busey's bastards go?
They were attacked they were picked on by the van, by the bus.
By the Jenga
Oh,
bus.
the
so
bus.
the Jenga bus went straight over
Jihadi
the top.
bus.
The
sorry,
jihadi bus.
Yeah, it's
just
the
ruined
finger
things.
bus.
So yeah, I've got I went to the warehouse. I think the next day or the morning of. I don't know when I went, and I picked up 5 cars for $9.
Yeah.
I
How are
have,
you going to make your cars? What are you going to do
Don't
then?
know.
I've started
Don't know.
rating my sons.
Because they've got in the book they've got different teams.
factions.
Configurations.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
some teams can only get certain things. Like the Russian team is the only one who can get access to like the Tesla weapons
Duh.
or the electric weapons,
Oh, rubber boots in motion.
pretty much.
I recommend you go Russian.
And there's a team called Slime, but I actually need to get the book.
Yeah.
I've been slacking.
Okay, so which team would I benefit from, Greg?
I haven't
Lazy
read too much of the team stuff, so I'll let you know.
I
Yeah.
would like to go full on Ram.
Ram is very good because there's Ram and then there's Explosive Ram.
Yeah.
I'd just go Ram.
Just
Ram.
ram,
I'd
ram.
ram a jam. You know,
Yeah.
Black Betty, that shit.
You want
know?
Rams and you want to have hand grenades.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you can throw hand grenades out the window.
Not the spider bait version.
I don't know what this is, but yes,
Ram
it looks
Jam.
like it's a fun game. But there's a lot of dice involved
Yeah.
and a lot of tracking
Cool.
of your cars. What gear it's in.
Is
things
rolling
like-
one shit or is it good?
There's
Ones is a hazard.
Yeah, one's is a hazard. So
Bugger, so it's
you
not,
get
it's not a game for me then.
yeah, you roll enough hazards, your car's going to do a slide or a flip. So you want to maybe
That's
buy a roll
alright.
cage.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like a lot of the slides can be beneficial,
Yep.
and you
Yes.
can pick where you end up.
I'm already thinking that we
But
just
T-boning and head-ons are great fun.
I'm already thinking that we just go full on Ram and just load up with as many explosives, have no guns, and
Well,
just go driving around.
You best go and spend 20 minutes in the bargain bin at
You
the
mean
warehouse.
I'm going to spend 5 minutes in my son's room going through his Matchbox cars?
Oh, you people with kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's too old for that now anyway, right?
No, he's got a really good selection. I might get one of his. I'll ask him if I can borrow his Batmobile. He's got
My-
the original TV series Batmobile
Don't
in
use
there.
that.
Oh, they have the 1990 movie Batmobile at the warehouse.
I know.
I was like,
Yeah,
ooh, could
yeah,
use that.
yeah.
But
My son's got so many, he won't miss half a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Luke has got that one. But yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or I might. Oh, actually, the Christian Bale Batmobiles.
No.
I don't know. But anyway, Gaslands looks like a gas.
Hey, I see what you did there. Don't do it
puns.
again.
Sure.
Is
Is that it for club?
What?
Can we have a break? I need to go and have some more vape.
Well,
and
that was-
spray my Necron.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did.
Pretty
I
much
mean,
what we did at club.
Gaslands was super cool. I'm actually really looking forward to playing that one.
Shot
And,
Gaslands. I look forward to
the
stealing
thing
shit
is,
off my
anyone
son.
can like play it. It's not like
Yeah.
you have to go out and buy a $400 starter box.
No,
You go
shit,
and
mate.
you buy.
An
If
$18
you're in the
book.
States, it's $1 per car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending where you buy it, $1.50 to $3 a car.
Yeah,
You don't
they're
even
about
have to
$3
paint them.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Customizing
paint-
them's cool.
Customizing them is cool, but
Well, you don't really need to customize them if you just say they're full of explosives and you drive into shit and blow up.
Yeah,
true. Well, putting a ram on is just a piece of plastic card.
There
Yeah.
you go. Done.
Yeah.
Or a
Snow
dozer blade from a
plows.
Sherman.
Oh, snow
yes,
plows.
the dozer blades.
Snow plows. Snow plows already come with it.
Mr. Plow. That's
Miss
my
my
name.
name.
My name again
is Mr. Plow.
Shot Homer. I think that's a good one to go out on.
All right.
More ads back soon.
See you.
Need tokens, terrain, or custom battlefield accessories? BattleKiwi.com has you covered. With a wide range of laser cut MDF and acrylic, it has something to suit everyone's wargaming needs. Ranging from the battlefields of World War II to the far future of Infinity, BattleKiwi.com has it all. Visit BattleKiwi.com, and for a 5% discount, use the code BEL5.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines. This is episode 47, and this is part 3, and I'm just vaping my way to victory.
Oh, God. Oh, we've turned into hipsters. It's
so
great. Are
sad.
you going to start doing vaping tricks and stuff?
Oh, no, I
Like
don't know,
love
it
hearts
depends.
going through squares and
I need
cubes?
some
And
better...
blowing on a speaker so it does that wah, 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 and make a little tornado and shit.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be
those-
cool.
Was that just... Oh my god! Not blowing on a microphone,
He's
blowing on a
through the pop
speaker.
filter.
I don't
It's
know,
so
just
cool.
blowing through the pop filter, man. It's good. I rock. I'm Puff the Magic fucking Dragon.
Oh my god, it's like the whole room is filled with water vapor.
Water vapor, grape flavored.
It's gonna smell
Got any
like
grapes?
rotten
It
grape.
smells like
in here.
bubble gum in here. It's gross. Well, this is part 3.
The
and
duck
we
came up to the lemonade stand. Got any grapes?
said to the man, run in the stand, hey, bum bum bum,
Got
got
any
any grapes?
What the fuck?
If
You
you
haven't
oh,
got
come
kids,
on,
you don't
man.
know.
No, okay. Good.
Anyway, I made an executive decision this afternoon, sort of half an hour before I left work, and I needed shit to do. We're bringing back question time.
Because it's lazy and it's easy.
It totally is, actually.
We actually haven't had question time for at least 10 episodes.
No,
This is true.
It's true. So we got asked like 2 questions.
No, there's a few more.
Yeah, there's a few more than that.
There's a couple.
So first question from Daryl Painter. What happens to behind enemy lines when Dan leaves? So this is something we haven't actually discussed.
We haven't discussed. Thanks for the spoiler, Dick. So what it is I'm eventually end of the yearish moving to the end of the country.
Maybe.
Maybe, possibly, probably, pretty.
Invercargill, where
Invercargill.
men are men and sheep are scared.
So what's going to happen
He's
is
going to go hang out with his brother.
so what's going to happen is these two are going to move down to Invers, and we're all going to live happily ever after
Not
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
in fact,
it's
the
never
whole
gonna happen,
the
eh?
whole TCal group is going to move on down, and we're just going to TCal 2.0, but slightly colder.
Bro, you can't even take over any club down there because they're already happy without you.
yeah.
Oh, I don't care. I don't want to take over a club. I just fine, just like smushing into one.
It's going to be cool. The Linda boys back together.
boys.
Raising trouble.
My brother doesn't organize anything. He's useless.
Came here to do
he's
two
a
things.
follower. He's not a leader.
Came here to do 2
But-
things.
but-
Anyway,
Chew bubblegum and kick some ass.
they asked what happens to behind enemy lines. Well,
Yes.
you two obviously know how to use the Skype machine.
Yes.
Now, there's tons of
What?
podcasts out there that use people outside of their own country to podcast
true.
with. Damien, do you know what a computer is? Or a
Yeah,
laptop? You know
I got a
those
laptop.
computers, those things you're supposed to do work on, not look at porn on all the time?
Yeah.
You know the thing with the dancing naked girls?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's
where.
where he shakes his magazine.
Yeah.
No way, man. I only use it when I want to listen and watch the video for Ramstein's pussy.
That's such
Oh
a
my
great
God.
It's
video
a
clip.
great video.
So anyway,
You've
we'll probably
got a
just
pussy.
Skype it
Yeah, totes.
because that works.
Heaps of space. You got to leave all this stuff behind there.
No, that's mine.
Not anymore.
No, I need my boxes and my.
Oh, please,
doodads
if
and
you're
my
just
things.
Skyping through a bloody laptop, you just need one of those headphones with a microphone on it
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
And then you can pretend you're playing some first-person shooter with kids that are just useless and just go, oh, fucking hell, man, fuck your
Fortnite.
mama."
It's Fortnite.
Oh, no.
That's what all the cool
Yeah,
kids
the
play.
neighbours are playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
But it's like, I
This
went
isn't
over and had a
video
look.
game show.
And I just went, oh,
It
what?
should be. We get more listeners if
We
we talk about how
wouldn't.
awesome Fortnite was.
It's,
Maybe
not,
if
it's
you-
not awesome, though. I looked at it and I just thought it was pretty shitty.
It's
Maybe
like
if you were-
it's like a battle royale, but you build walls.
I can't take you seriously when you're
And then you
vaping.
vape. And it's like this big cloud of like steam. He's such a dork. Anyway, so when we leave, nothing changes except Greg and Damian might play more videos or make more videos minus me. I might make video. Well, I will. I'll make videos down there with someone who'll roll their R's.
We just have to insert somebody different into the videos to hold the camera and play games.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
true.
There's plenty of people out there that do
there's Plans afoot.
You need what
I'm
do you
getting
call
a
them?
stick.
Oh, can you replace me with a stick?
I'm gonna
cool.
replace you with this thing.
Awesome. I'm gonna replace you with a stick.
We're going to green screen them and just stick the hand in there like this. It was like, oh, look, see the stick? We just pretend we're talking to
No,
Dan.
you need
It'd be
you
like
need
Max Headroom.
Yeah.
you need an intern,
An intern.
An
Yeah.
intern.
like one of them tall, skinny kids.
No, I don't want one of them.
Oh,
They're
okay.
crap. Andrew has asked, what is it about Gaslands that's made it so insanely popular? Other games have used Hot Wheels cars, but have not been as popular.
I don't know, but I mean, the way you guys described it, it just sounded hilariously
Yeah.
fun.
I think that's the thing too, because there's been tons of games out there that have used the Hot Wheels
Car Wars.
Car Wars, which is one.
Wreckage.
Even
Yeah.
companies that haven't used Hot Wheels and tried their own one and done different things.
Yeah.
Like, because Stu tried to introduce us to Car Wars, and no one was really interested.
No.
But then Gaslands comes out, and I guess once again, I guess it hit at the right time when
People
what's
were
what's the name of that massive toy company in the States?
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us
Yeah.
closed down. All the stuff was discounted. Get your Hot Wheels now
Yep.
for like bugger all. And Perfect Storm, books on its third printing now.
Yeah.
So it's obviously popular. But why do people pick this over the other one? I'm gonna guess marketing. I'm gonna guess his.
I don't know that it was marketing.
I'm gonna guess his SEO was slightly better than the other guys.
Possibly.
I mean, it's an Osprey book. They don't usually get too much of a whoa, we're Osprey, but I think he marketed it well.
There did seem to be quite a bit of, I want to say, hype around the whole thing. All of a sudden, it just exploded onto Facebook and all the rest of it. The group was there. Everyone was playing it. Stu really, really got into it and embraced it. Had the cars, posted up photos everywhere, getting people involved, and people are keen now. So I just think it's a really, really good game. I think
it's
simple.
Another thing also, in this country, it's a pain in the ass to go and get wargaming figures most of the time.
Shit, yeah.
It's like, I need X wargaming figure. It's like, ugh, I have to order it online. I have to wait 7 years for it to arrive. If it's out of stock, I'm fucked.
Yep.
But with this, you go to the warehouse, which is Walmart, but less weird here in New Zealand.
Less stuff.
But a bit smaller too.
No guns.
No guns either, yeah, because
You don't go in and buy a gun as a back to school special.
no. You go to hunting and fishing for that. That's
right.
It's stupid. Like, what? That's what you do. You get your hunting and fishing store to get your hunting and fishing stuff. The warehouse to get all your cheap junk. Anyway, they had tons
That's
of.
$2 shop.
Oh, that's $2 shop.
You don't have to use Hot Wheels. You can get the cheap as even cheaper
The cheap
cars.
knockoffs, but I went with Hot Wheels because they have a lot of classic cars.
Yes.
I got a nice station wagon. I got a stretched V-dub racing Beetle there.
I know what I'm doing after work tomorrow.
Raiding your kid's toy cabinet. You already said that.
No, I think I might go looking because I really wouldn't mind getting some of the Christian Bale Batmobiles.
There are also some
Why not?
some big 4x4s on heavy suspension. They look cool. But yeah, like Greg was saying, hype was a thing.
Why are you saying don't?
Convenience
why,
is a thing.
Why am I not allowed to get Christian Bale Batmobiles?
Because
in one
Christian
round?
Bale Batman is a dick.
Stop complaining. We're here to answer the questions, not to discuss which was the best Batman, and it was always Adam West.
Correct.
True.
Yeah, so we don't know. Well, don't do the bat dance. Oh my
I'm
god.
doing the bat dance. It's
Yeah.
when King Tut had hypnotized him and he's doing the bat dance.
This is radio, not film.
I don't know, but I'm
yeah.
just dancing. Go Batman.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we don't know what makes it popular. Convenience is one, I'd say. Explosions is another thing.
The opportunity to customize.
Customize is another thing.
Huge thing. I'm super looking forward to that.
And I'm a sucker for anything with a turret.
Yeah.
If you can make anything into a turret like you can in that game,
Yeah.
play triple the points, but it can fire any direction, because I always end up getting, in the wrong place. My Y-Wing's the prime example.
Yeah.
That's why I bought ion turrets.
See, well, I'm going to get, my Necron shit, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to whack it onto cars, and then I'm going to have little robot cars zipping around.
Robot car.
Robot car.
Pretty cool.
They probably have a bunch of cars like that.
Yeah. I would reckon so.
I don't know. Any listeners out there, let us know if there's, a robot faction.
Go and look for yourself, you lazy prick.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, whatever.
Faisal would like to know when Britney's
Hang
next
on,
album...
you missed the question. How long does it take to
Jeez.
send a prize from Auckland to New Plymouth?
Well,
It's on its way. The check's in the mail.
Now, if you remember when we first said, hey, here are the prizes, and it was asked, oh, how would we get them there? Damian will back me up. Was quite clear. He said, Greg will send them out.
No, I sent the last ones to fucking Norway.
Cool story, bro.
And you were supposed to send these ones out.
But I didn't. Do
I
you know
know.
why I didn't?
Because you went to Cromlech.
Oh, yeah, I had a bit of a brain
Right,
spasm
yeah,
as well.
Brain spasm.
I had a brain spasm.
what the fuck?
And then I got
Why you
busy.
were there? Where
But
you going?
hey, I put them in a box.
Bryn, I've got them. I'll be sending them out either tomorrow or on the weekend.
And another thing, my mail room at work doesn't send packages anymore.
Why not?
And they've locked the door.
Why not?
So when, I know, because they're mean. They've locked the door. So when I put my key card to go in the door now, it goes like, and lets the entire room know that I've tried to enter a secure area, and everybody looks at me and like, ooh, you're not supposed to go in
And you just
there.
go, what the hell?
So I
Let's
just
went
knock
for a
on the
walk.
door and they open it for me.
Why don't you ask one of the little Filipino girls to let you in?
I have to go under the window and ask them from there.
Anyway.
No,
Right,
no.
now
It
Faisal
means me.
wants to know when Britney's next album is out. The answer to that is, who fucking cares?
I do, because she's about to do another world tour. And my kids still listen to Britney.
But
Yeah.
Def Leppard's coming.
And we always have sing-alongs at
Yeah,
work
but
to
ticket
Britney.
prices are insane. They're
With
going to
the
be about
Scorpions.
$200.
They aren't.
Far out.
We had sing-along today at work.
With what?
Greatest American Hero. Believe it or not, because
I'm walking on air with Ralph Hinckley.
So we had a little sing along in the corner where like nerdy guys sit because we're only allowed to sit in the corner at work.
Oh, hey, so when we're driving down to a Podiki, right, with the songs and the sing-alongs, and
Yes.
I put the best of REM in,
Oh,
and the start of Losing My Religion comes on, and all I hear in the back is Luca turn to Marley and he goes, "Hey, this is your song. That's me in the corner." And I just cracked up laughing. And I was like, and you hear Marley go, "Hey, I've got friends." And Luca's going, "That's you in the corner."
Did she punch him?
No, she was just like this. And the wife and I are just pissing ourselves in the front going, "Yeah," so we turned it up. "Shot Marley, here's your song."
Awesome.
Anyway, carry on.
So cool. There's another question here which we're going to cover in a bit more detail, but Ollie Perkins would like to know how many different games are too few to play?
Yes.
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many games are too few to play?
Yes. No.
All of them.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
38% of
Just
the time.
keep buying until you feel empty.
Yeah. Just become like a girl, but fill your life with wargaming instead
Yeah.
of shoes.
I'd rather have toy soldiers than shoes.
I only buy like one pair of shoes every 2 years. That way I can afford more toys. Smart.
Clever.
Genius. Or
So
I wear
you do-
jangles.
Just do what I do when you go to the mall and pack a sad like you don't want to be there, and then the wife buys it for you.
That's how you got your vape.
That's how I got my vape.
That's why you're.
That's how I got my shoes.
That's why you're a hipster. See,
That's why I got
and he spent no money, just like a hipster.
That's why I got a new pack of a 5-pack of undies, because it's like I'm not buying my own undies. Fuck that. Mine. Nothing wrong with mine.
How's your triple skinny double shot mocha chocolate latte?
Yeah,
what?
mocha chocolate bullshit latte.
Well, I'll be able to afford it now that I'm
With
not
almond
smoking.
milk.
You watch this, he'll be having smashed Avo and shit or
Yeah,
every day.
totally.
He's an Auckland homeowner and a hipster.
Yeah.
So smashed Avo. You might as well just grow an avocado tree and you can use it with your neighbour's toast.
Well, also
Your neighbour's
funny.
toast
Also
tree.
funny. You should talk about the avocados, because at the end of last term at school, the neighbours got this huge motherfucking avocado tree, and they all fall into the school. So the caretaker picked up about 6 boxes worth. He goes, "You want some?" And I went, "Yeah." So I got a huge box and it had about 20 avos in it. Because all the kids do, they don't bloody eat them. They just go, "Oh, look, we could throw them at each other."
That's $100 worth of avocado.
So I just took the box home and shared it out to the neighbours, and I just had avocado on toast.
you hipster.
You smashed Avo from your stolen avocado.
It's not smash, man. I slice it. I don't smash my avo.
Oh,
You're going to start.
I like
wearing-
it sliced with a dash of pepper, black pepper,
Nice.
and a spot of vinegar, just in case if I want a little bit of bite.
You're going to start wearing like jeans with them rolled up so you can see their ankles soon as well.
What you mean? I'm going to go back to the 80s?
You know it. You know it.
I need
Kev
white-
Adams, who is an international listener, I might add, wants to know when we're going to interview Mike about the good job he did on Vietnam, and a video about the game too.
We're not going to interview that hack.
Yeah.
He used to work here. He got fired.
He didn't get
Yeah,
fired.
no,
He
welcome
quit.
back here. You're gone.
He quit, man.
You burned your bridges.
He quit. Him quitting was the story we told everyone. He got fired for
Embezzlement.
misappropriation.
Misappropriation of
Misappro-
funds.
Mis- Appropriation of Dan.
If there's anybody that should be getting fired, it's me, because I'm always stealing shit from this place.
This is true. But no,
good call.
Mike left and...
I'm happy
Because he had
interview
another
Mike.
child. He kept breeding. You got to
Yeah.
stop doing that. Don't. If you want to have fun, just don't have kids.
I'm going to.
Get dogs.
I am going to
well,
interview
maybe get a
Mike.
cat.
Well,
Dogs
what-
are dumb.
The answer to the
Get a big dog.
We do need to get Mike back, because it would be really nice to have a good chat about Vietnam and about how we're going to destroy the world when we hook up our 2 Italian armies together and roll over people.
That's the noise your Italian armies make.
and also I think
You're scared of the
I'm
Italians.
only
Greg loves
person
Italians. Hey, Greg.
You're the only one who owns an
has a
actual Vietnam army.
Yeah,
Good thing Mike has an MV8 army, I do believe.
he does.
Yeah, so there you go.
I
He has all
could-
that cool terrain. We
I
use
could-
now.
I could repaint my T-55s.
No, don't. They've already got like 14 layers of paint on. You don't need to add another green layer on
Do
top of
we
the
have-
desert layer on
do
top
we
of the
have to
green
go-
layer.
It doesn't matter. They're 15 mil. No one gives a shit.
Why do we have to go back to this every time?
No more
The
proxy.
T64s.
What?
Carry on.
Did they grow an extra pair of nuts or
They
something?
must have done. Savis would like to know if we're going to
Shut
any
Savis.
tournaments
Hang on,
in
I've got to scroll down
Wanganui.
What are you scrolling down for?
because I need to see
The
the
closest
question.
we get to going to tournaments in Wanganui
Is
is when we
passing
have to go
through it.
Wanganui to get to Palmerston
Exactly.
North.
And the only time we went through Wanganui the last time properly was because Gav didn't want to go to Wanganui, so I made sure we went there and had a good drive around, and we
Oh,
stopped.
we
and
went
got
over
out.
the bridge.
did.
And we
looked
went
over
over the bridge, and we
over
had
the
a walk
river.
around, and Gav's going, "Why aren't we travelling on?" Shut up, Gav.
No, we stopped in Stratford.
No, we
always stop in
Yeah, we
Stratford.
always stop in Stratford.
And it's always raining.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like, what a hole. And all I do is pee in there. And when you walk outside in Stratford, it always feels wet no matter what. Like, the bottom of my jeans get wet, and I'm like, oh, they stay wet.
I'm still gutted I didn't buy you that 6XL orange Swan Dry, the camo orange.
Always
crunch,
this
yeah.
And then you could
year.
look like you're at a Duck Dynasty. It's just like hilarious.
Could look like one of those, like,
You'd be
one of the people
fashion-
from the regions.
You'd be a fashionista, mate.
Well, I wonder if that's the style down in Inver's. Orange camo. Better look like one of the natives when I go there. And learn to roll my R's.
You just need to start fucking sheep. You'll be fine.
Fun fact about Invercargill. Not really fun. But you know how we talk kind of normal here?
Yeah.
Greg excluded because he's like, sex this and sex that. They're the only place, them, and it's only a certain region where they roll their R's, and I think it's Gore. And Invercargill.
Gore.
It stops kind of where the mountains start,
Yes.
and it stops at Gore. Everyone after that talks kind of normal.
But no, you've got to roll your R's. It's the same as like up the East Coast with the Māori up there, because you got to roll your R's all the time as well.
Yeah,
but it's
bro.
just slightly different.
Why?
No, they don't sound like South Africans.
Yeah,
Greg.
bro. This is
get off me pork.
this is
This is a fucking nightmare.
this
Get off
is
me
not.
pork.
It's like not South Africa.
No.
Rhodesia.
There's no fucking humor here, Bo.
Pack your bags.
Later, Bo. Pick your bags.
Going on a cruise.
Get off your pork.
Diplomatic community.
Oh, did you get him? He's been decaffeinated. Ah!
It's just been revoked.
Yeah, so they talk funny. Anyway, so we're not going to go to Wanganui because
Not
if we
my
have to go
choice.
to Wanganui, what does Wanganui have? Like normally 1 day is. And
Yeah.
to get to Wanganui, I mean, you can fly, but that's hundreds of... I mean, how much is it to fly? I remember back in my days, it was hundreds of dollars to fly to
Not
Wanganui.
that much anymore. It's like $50.
So it's like $50 to
Yeah.
go there, which is cheaper than gas.
But I mean, if you actually found a decent, or not saying something to do
Backtrack,
games wise in
backtrack,
Wanganui, and you got onto it quick smart, it would be an option to fly down and fly out.
Totally.
Because fuck that drive.
No. I mean, that drive is almost at...
I'm looking forward to it this year. I wonder if we'll be able to get through.
We're flying.
We're flying in the Blue Demon.
Yeah, boy.
The purple people eater.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, is it purple? That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Colorblind.
yeah. Purple people eater.
Who's coming in the
it's
car
slightly,
this year?
slightly blue.
What?
Who's coming in the car this year?
Probably you, Gav,
Yeah, me.
and
And me.
Damian
and
because he drives.
Dan. Have you
Oh,
got a
yeah.
partner yet, Dan?
Yeah, I got Bob.
Bob.
We got Bob. We got nothing over front armor 3.
Shot.
Nothing
Hey,
over
so-
AT10.
So
or
we
11.
we did have a bit of a problem this year, didn't we?
Don't bring it up.
I didn't have a problem.
No, I got no problem.
What's the problem?
I don't know. I'm just driving. That's my job.
I'm just playing.
Final question of the evening
What?
from Faisal.
He doesn't have any more.
No, the one about that.
Oh, the one that will lead into a conversation that will last at least 10 minutes so we can actually justify having this question time.
what we're talking about. As usual.
Padding.
Padding.
What?
Filler.
Filler.
Oh, right.
Pointless waffles.
What's the question?
Excuse me while I vape again.
The question is, yeah, which is weird. It should be,
Because he asked a
thoughts-
question about Brittany and then carried on in a train of thought.
Thoughts on 3D printed terrain versus resin, and how resin retailers should adapt to the ever-changing market.
It's an interesting conversation to have, right? So there is an increasing prevalence of 3D printers
Of boutique and home-owned 3D printers.
in the market, and it's cheaper and cheaper. So it used to be you had to pay like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a 3D printer. Now,
Get a couple of
if
hundred.
you believe what you read on Wish, you can get one for $4.
That was incorrect. That was some filament.
Right, but you can get them for a couple of $100, right?
Yeah. So you'll get them from China, and you get them in, and you'll have to rewire most of them so they don't burn your house down, and print a whole bunch of parts for them.
you can buy 3D printers in Australia from Aldi,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
right? So they're
Or you
it's
actually
a
can buy
supermarket.
them from Bunnings and Warehouse Stationery in New Zealand.
There
So
you go.
they do have them, but they're more like the $400-$500 mark.
which is still fine, right?
Still
So-
cheaper than $2,000.
Yeah,
Totally,
that's true.
totally.
But the thing I've noticed with a lot of the 3D printing that's happening is that, as Dan mentioned before, you spend an awful lot of time fixing it and 3D printing out parts to put in it. And
I think initially that's true.
Initially, that's true. That's just to get you set up and dialing in. Like any tool, it will. You can't just. Most of them you can't just use straight out the box. They need some finessing. They're like an air.
Greg's still waiting for finesse. So
They're like an airbrush. You can just take it out of the packet, but you have to dial it in before it's really nice. Same thing with the
John
airbrush. So, But the thing was, you got these traditional resin printers who would like build their master copy out of. They'd sculpt it. They'd build out a plastic card, then they'd dunk it in their silicon, and then they'd fill that silicon full of resin inside. They'd cast it basically.
Yeah.
But now you've got these guys come along who can just say, "Set printer, print out 6 of things. I'll go to bed now, and then when I wake up, it's done."
Yep.
Or the prints failed and made shit go everywhere. But that's a lot more convenient for them. I think what the guys doing doing resin copies would have to do is go down the route of getting a 3D printer. Now, I've seen this before. You get the 3D printer to make the master that you would make, because you can do a lot more different. You can do a lot more things with a 3D printer and the CAD design than you can with just a bit of tool, a sculpting tool, and a straight edge. Because the thing is, with 3D printers, you can get those nice 90-degree angles, and they're sharp, or the really round ones.
Straight edge.
Yeah, straight edge. No drinking, no drugs, no fun. Lame.
Sounds like you're on, gluten free or something. I don't know.
Shut up, hipster.
No, that's you. It's all you.
Mr.
But,
fucking paleo.
but then you take
Fuck
that,
that.
then you take those 3D printed things and then
Shove
you
your
and then you
paleo up
cast
your
them.
ass.
Yeah, easy enough to do, right?
Yeah, and I think Kim Styles,
Yep.
who you see pop up on our page and a few other terrain pages, he does that as well. He's 3D printing an entire town. Is it at the moment? Like, is
I think so.
Russian town or something?
Yeah,
like
he's doing some new design work on the Russian stuff. So he started last year. The traditional method of making the master. And now he's moved along to, I think, 3D printing it. So it looks like he's
that? Oh
building
my god! Can you not do that in the
It
middle of
looks
the show?
like he's building a whole table with the stuff. And
including cobblestone roads.
including cobblestone roads. And it actually, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
So
And
His
we-
table we played on down at Panzer Street was fucking
the desert table.
Yeah, so
fucking
that's a
unbelievable,
combination of laser cut and polystyrene filling into the voids. So it's Ollie
Yep.
doing his laser.
Don't be
thing.
surprised, Kim, if somebody from the show gets hold of you to see if you want to become a friend of the show and have an ad and
He
everything.
is a friend of the show.
He is a friend of the show.
I know
He
he's a
loves
friend of
my
the show, but get an ad and stuff.
Anyway,
Because
enough.
Your
Stop
shit's cool.
shilling before we stop pre-shilling.
I'm not pre-showing.
You're pre-shilling.
He
Okay.
is pretty sure.
What was I going to say? Shit, you made me lose a train. Yeah, 3D printing used to be a tad shit, and you'd see the stepping, like, each layer went down. It would just be like a line on top of a line on top of a line, so you could actually see the whole. Think.
And when you painted it,
Think
it
when
looked
you
like
think.
shit and-
Compare Atari graphics with now PlayStation 4 graphics.
Yeah.
If I was doing that comparison, so they all just started out as Atari blocks. Everything was 8-bit.
Pong.
And now they're right up there. I'd say they're in the PlayStation 2 heading into the PlayStation 3 world of graphics, and this is only over a course of 5 years we've
Yeah,
seen them been
something like that.
really good in the people market. Another 5 years and you'll be printing flawless GW figures.
So they've got those 3D printed pens now as well that you can.
Oh, those
ship
are
with.
just for goofing around.
Like vaping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like vaping. They don't really achieve anything. Make you look like a dick, pretty much.
No
Yeah,
fucks given over here.
yeah, I know. But they do seem to make it look pretty cool, pretty easy. I know it's not, because they do have their catastrophes with those 3D printers.
This is true.
A lot of moving parts, a lot of wires, a lot of gizmos, a
Lot
lot
of
of
heat.
gadgets, a lot of heat, and a lot of circuitry and things. So unless you're really good with your, I think they call it adreno boards or something like
Something like that.
Adrenal glands.
Not adrenal glands. That's what Tyranids have. And you're what's the word? And you're good at your programming for a little bit, and your CAD design. My brother-in-law is really good at CAD, so he can whip up any house or thing, and you just need to find someone with a 3D printer to make it.
Yeah.
But then you take that and you cast it, so you can just make hundreds of copies of it, and you don't need to worry about waiting for the 3D printer. 3D printer only needs to make one master.
Yeah.
And say if something goes wrong and you lose that mold, gets old, you don't need to go back to a sculptor and resculpt the whole thing. You just go and make a new master,
Yeah,
because
just print it
masters
out.
are normally ruined during the molding process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just 3D print. So you've got to use the tools together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talk online that it's sort of traditional resin typey people are starting to get a bit pissed off with the whole 3D printing and all the rest of it. And like you say, I see them now exactly as you say, they're complementary to each other.
Exactly.
The people who are doing these resin, the hydrocal or whatever it is, need to start embracing this new technology, because it's going to make it more efficient for them. It's going to make it quicker. It's going to make it easier, cut costs down, all kinds of shit for them. I'm surprised that
Change,
more of them haven't.
evolve, adapt.
Well, I'm surprised more of them haven't started to. Kim sort of looks like he's not pioneering or anything like that, but he's taken on board the fact that he can use this new technology to do some quicker, faster work for himself, and I think it's brilliant. I wish I had a 3D printer; it'd be quite nice.
Yeah, that would have been nice to get that instead of
For
just some filaments.
I still haven't got my filament yet, though.
I got my filament. It's not a big deal. It's rubbish. Yeah, don't believe everything you buy on Wish or AliExpress. Well, mostly Wish because they're full of shit.
Yeah.
But some things are good. I do like buying online from those
doesn't?
places.
Who doesn't?
Me, because I'm not allowed to do it.
We got heaps more money now that you vape.
Yeah, just saving cash left, right, and centre.
Yeah. Then give me the cash.
I'm just gonna be Johnny Moneybags here.
Why? Dan's still holding on to 70 of my dollars.
Yeah, got those dollar bills.
Dollar bills, yo.
Dollar, yo.
In case Damian needs more stuff.
Oh, it's crap.
No, I think
Go.
that 70 we use for Panty Shrek.
Oh, we're already.
It depends what you're gonna buy there, though.
Yeah,
Because
we've
sometimes that shop they have good stuff.
Didn't you already pre-buy a hooker for him?
$70 hooker.
Mr. North.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Mr. North, mate.
70
She's still got 3 teeth.
yeah.
$70, that'll get you the whole night. It'll be like, oh my god, no.
No, thank you.
Ooh, Jesus.
Low quality.
Anyway, just, I'd like to do a huge shout out.
Why?
Who?
Why not?
Why?
Who
Shout
paid
out to
you?
myself for, getting the most shit posts on the Warhammer 40k community page.
That's
for
We're
New
talking
Zealand.
about 3D
nothing to be
printing.
proud of.
It's fucking great. Yes, I took the top spot. That's me done. I'm number one. Why try harder?
Thanks, Fat Boy Slim.
It's good.
Jeez.
So it kind of feels like we're wrapping the show up then.
Hey, you can buy Wilton Silver Color Mist.
I don't know what that is.
What
it's
does
the,
colour
It's a
mist
silver spray they put on cakes, so you can be witnessed. So you can be shiny and chrome.
We need to get cans of that to go down when we go down to Panzer Shrek.
Yeah, no.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
Why?
No,
You-
not on the way. And get out to BP and go get a pint. Hi, my whole face is chrome. I look like I've just had my glue bag explode.
So shiny, so
Oh,
chrome.
yeah.
Like, oh, I'm sucking up the...
sniffing
I'm huffing
spray
the
paint.
shit. I'll just taking my vape. I'm huffing it.
We might want to rethink that plan. So, as always, if you want to join in the conversation, you want to talk to us, you want to catch up with us, whatever, go check us out on social, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all there. Go and have a look on the blog for the latest articles. Keep an eye on YouTube because videos are sporadically being put up there. We try and get more up, but then Dan just,
You guys could have
Doesn't
done
turn
a
around.
video over the last week or whatever when I was away.
No.
We were going to... So, Monkey and I were going to play a game of Legion at my place and film it, and then power went off at my place. Can't play games in the dark. Actually, that's what we do. Shut up.
Your lighting's still pretty shit.
Shut up. So head on over there. If you are a War Games company who wants to talk to us about sponsorship, please contact us via Facebook. Otherwise...
Mate, I would love your game. If you sent shit out and said, Damian, we want you to do this, man, I would just be like all over that like a rash.
Ooh,
What?
that's gross.
I'd be plugging and shelling your shit non-stop.
That's not how this works.
That's basically how everything works, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, actually.
That's the future. You shill. You got to be an influencer. You got to have that.
I'm an enabler.
Oh my
Buy
god,
this
he's
shit.
like.
Buy this shit.
Why don't you don't have an Instagram yet? Are you saving up for a new phone that has a better camera so you can go around taking selfies and do a little vlog? You can do some vlogging.
I actually need a better phone that's actually got more memory than potato.
Yeah.
Insta cool, Insta famous, Insta
dangerous.
now.
Maybe I could afford to get a new phone with all the money I'm saving.
You
from
could.
this
You
making.
could get yourself the latest iTool thingy or
Or
Samsung
I'm just
Galaxy 9 with
I'm
the
just going to
ultra
wait till
slow
my
mo.
appetite comes back and then I'm going to eat 5 pies a day and turn into a real fat bastard again.
Nah, just
Yeah.
go for a run. Sweet
Nah.
as. Do some press ups.
I can't run. My knees are shot.
That's true.
Beat up kids. It's the best thing to do.
No, true.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I've been Greg.
I'm good, Dan.
And I've been Damian.
We'll see you in episode 48.
Right, cheers.
Peace out.